Social media has already changed, but most businesses are still doing their marketing using strategies that worked in 2023. And unless you change what you're doing, your leads are going to dry up. Now, while everyone's been debating long form versus short form or TikTok versus Instagram, the platforms have quietly made fundamental shifts that have completely changed the game. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what shifted on each major platform, what's working now, where I think the puck is headed, and the winning playbook you can use to generate more leads, more sales, and build a stronger brand moat in 2025 and beyond. Let's start with Instagram because this shift caught everyone off guard. Now, before, Instagram was all about high production reels, aesthetic looking feeds, and Hermosi style talking heads. Now, it's all about text-first storytelling with authentic visuals. Instagram used to reward polished, high production content. Think heavy editing, lots of effects, lots of animations, but people don't want to see you recording on your fancy camera anymore. They want to see you recording on your iPhone because it's more raw and authentic. Creators like Mino Lee and Prosper Chu built huge followings with authentic daily content using strong fundamental editing, but keeping the production simple. So if you're only using expensive cameras and professional setups, you're actually working against the algorithm. Now, another big shift is that Instagram now shows your content to non-followers first, just like TikTok's algorithm, prioritizing reach to unconnected audiences over your existing followers. This is massive for small creators because you're no longer limited by your follower count. On top of these, the algorithm also prioritizes shares as a top ranking signal because that's how people actually discover content, not through hashtag searches anymore. This means your content strategy should focus on creating shareable moments, not optimizing for hashtags. And a format that's crushing it right now on Instagram is text content. Think carousels with text on top of basic photos, long captions with stories, and split screen formats. To give an example of what's winning now, take a look at Nathan Chan. He's got 34,000 followers, but he's generating well over 6 figures per month just from his organic content alone. And he's doing this using simple text overlays on basic photos and by telling personal stories that establish authority. Another example is Dakota Robertson. He went from mostly high edit talking head content to lower production videos, photos, and more text posts, following the same story-driven carousel format. This shift is back to almost what social media was 10 years ago. Very personal posts, but there's still a business takeaway or insight in there, and you really get to know the person. The key is you can start with one long text post that becomes tweets, and then turn that into a thread, and that becomes a carousel post, that becomes a photo with text on top. You're repurposing one piece of strategic content across every platform. So here's what I suggest you do to adapt to these changes. Start filming using your phone, at least roughly 50% of the time. I'm not saying, obviously, abandon your professional setup altogether, but keep in mind that raw, authentic footage outperforms professional setups in most cases. Also, create an album on your phone where you can dump in random photos and video clips from your everyday life. Basically, a B-roll album like this. This is a really great way to get authentic content without having to film anything new. And then you can give your editor access to this album. They can use it to create hundreds of posts without even needing you to do anything. Create text-first carousels. Use basic photos with bold text overlays telling personal stories that establish authority. And each slide should reveal one key insight from your expertise. Front-load value in the first 3 seconds. Since content goes to non-followers first, assume nobody knows who you are and provide context immediately. No more slow builds or saving the best for last. LinkedIn used to be all about professional networking, company updates, and recruitment posts. Now, it's become the platform for individual expertise and long-form value delivery with video dominance. So LinkedIn used to be about who you knew, your connections determined your reach, and company pages dominated the feed. And if you're still treating LinkedIn like a networking platform, you're missing the content goldmine that it's become. In mid-2025, LinkedIn's algorithm underwent a massive shift, and now they prioritize relevance over recency, meaning a valuable post from 2 weeks ago can outrank today's content. This means your evergreen, high-value content has a much longer lifespan than on other platforms. And relevance is measured by meaningful engagement, thoughtful comments, discussion threads, and how long people spend reading your content. LinkedIn introduced aggressive video prioritization, where video content gets 5 times more engagement than text posts, with 36% year-over-year growth in video viewership. This is your window to dominate with LinkedIn video before everyone catches on. Now, the platform removed hashtag following capabilities and also the creator mode features. Then they shifted to AI-driven content recommendations based on expertise and engagement patterns. So if you want want to dominate LinkedIn, stop optimizing for hashtags and focus on demonstrating deep expertise through your content. One trend I see in terms of what's been and is still working, that I see a lot of people still not adapting to, is that personal pages are seeing 3 times better reach than company pages, with carousels generating significantly higher engagement than single posts. Look at creators like Gary Vaynerchuk and Alex Hormozi. Their personal profiles massively outperform their company pages. And this means the same personal insight-based content you're creating for the other platforms should also be posted here. You don't have to change or adapt much in the way of format for it to do well on LinkedIn if you start with text first. Now, the algorithm now detects and penalizes clickbait engagement, instead prioritizing posts that generate genuine discussions, especially within the first hour of posting. So your golden hour strategy is critical for maximum distribution. Here's what it means for you if you want to dominate LinkedIn. Start creating 60 to 90 second native videos immediately. Film yourself sharing 1 key insight per video. The algorithm heavily favors video content now, so you have a limited window before this becomes saturated. Post during your audience's active hours and engage in the first hour. LinkedIn's golden hour determines your content's reach, so you want to reply to every comment within the first 60 minutes to maximize distribution on your posts. Focus on individual profile over company page. Personal brands get 3 times better reach, so share company updates from your personal profile with your perspective added rather than posting from your company page. Now, TikTok used to be all about dance trends, viral challenges, and entertainment first content. But now it's become hyper-personalized content with longer form storytelling. TikTok used to be about hitting viral trends and hoping for the algorithm lottery. Everyone was chasing the same trending sounds and the same challenges. So if you're still trend hopping, you're playing an outdated game that's actually gonna hurt your reach now. Now, TikTok's algorithm has doubled down on promoting personalized content, using machine learning to predict individual preferences with scary accuracy. This means consistent, authentic content in your niche performs better than viral trend chasing. They've also introduced diverse content insertion to prevent echo chambers, giving businesses opportunities to reach completely new audiences outside of their typical viewers. So your niche expertise can now reach people who would never normally see business content. And in terms of what's working now on TikTok, longer content, up to 10 minutes with authentic storytelling is where it's at. Also, the platform is testing TikTok Notes, a photo and text app that looks suspiciously like Instagram. And TikTok is moving toward depth over virality, rewarding creators who build genuine connection. Now, people like Alex Hormozi and Dan Henry are crushing it not by dancing, but by breaking down complex business concepts in storytelling format. They're getting millions of views by being authentic educators rather than entertainers. All right, so here's your TikTok action plan. Create 3 to 5 minute educational content consistently. Focus on teaching 1 concept per video rather than chasing trends. The algorithm rewards depth and retention over viral moments. Develop your unique storytelling style. So whether it's case studies, behind the scenes business moments, or client transformations, you want to find your authentic angle and stick with it. Stop trend chasing and start niche dominating. Consistent expertise in your field beats jumping on random trends. The algorithm now rewards authentic authority over viral participation. Whereas before, YouTube was all about subscriber count and view metrics determining success, plus simple explanation content, now it's about watch time, retention, search optimization, and show, don't tell demonstrations. YouTube used to be all about subscriber milestones and total view count, so the bigger your subscriber base was, the better your reach. Now, if you're still focusing on subscriber count, you're optimizing for the wrong metric. But YouTube's algorithm now prioritizes watch time and retention over anything else, with the platform serving as the 2nd largest search engine after Google. Your content needs to keep people watching, not just clicking. One big shift is that we've now moved from just explaining information to demonstrating expertise through live problem solving. So what used to work was people talking about concepts. What works now is showing your expertise in action. So do more show, don't tell content where you solve real problems in real time. Think Alex Hormozi helping a stranger fix their business model live, or Dan Henry growing someone's business by coaching them live on camera. People want to see real expertise because there are so many people just regurgitating information. Successful marketers in the business space are not just explaining frameworks, they're demonstrating results. They're breaking down real businesses, fixing problems live, and showing actual case studies with real numbers. So to crush it on YouTube, you want to create live demonstration content. Instead of just explaining your frameworks, show them in action. Do case study breakdowns, live coaching sessions, or real business audits on camera. Focus on 10+ minute videos optimized for search. YouTube rewards longer content that keeps people watching, so structure your videos around specific problems that your audience actually searches for. Document your actual business growth. Show your real numbers, your real challenges, your real wins. Authentic business documentation performs better than theoretical content because it demonstrates actual expertise. Now, you might be wondering why all these platforms are making these specific changes at the exact same time. And there's actually a much bigger force at play here, and it connects to something that we noticed actively over the last 3 to 4 weeks or so. Sales resistance is at an all-time high, and it's not just about the trust recession anymore. People are constantly getting bombarded with offers in the coaching and consulting space especially, and they're trying to figure out who's real and who isn't. So it's taking them way longer to spend money and make decisions. But I don't think anybody is really talking about what's actually happening. They're saying, oh, carousels are back. Oh, this format of content is back. Well, yeah, true, but they're not actually looking at the bigger picture. Here's what all these platform changes have in common. We're seeing society's pendulum swing in action. So we went from person-to-person connection in the 80s to pure digital connection with the boom of the internet to people buying stuff easily online, and now everybody's swinging so far over to AI content that we're losing the human element. But here's the thing, you've got to remember that the algorithm is designed for humans and human consumption, to get more of it, to get more humans watching the content, right? We're not selling to robots, at least not yet. And so what I'm predicting in the data is this shift back to authentic human connection and personality-driven content. People want to feel they're connecting with a real person, not another AI-generated post. Brand is the moat, but it doesn't mean millions of followers. It means strategic positioning and authentic authority building. So what does this mean for you practically? Well, let me break it down based on where you're at right now. Smart businesses are treating these platform changes not as separate tactics, but as part of one unified strategy. It's this move back to old school social media, but with business strategy baked in. The businesses that win aren't chasing every platform update. They're building authentic authority that works regardless of any algorithm change that comes their way. So don't mistake this as just about posting better content, because more than that, it's about positioning yourself as the obvious choice in your industry through consistent, strategic storytelling that actually demonstrates real expertise. So for those of you handling this manually, here's what I suggest. First, audit your current content strategy. Are you still chasing high production values and perfect aesthetics, or have you adapted to this text-first, story-driven approach? Second, create one authentic story per week that establishes authority through your personal experience. Then just adapt it for each platform's specific format. Third, stop optimizing for vanity metrics and start optimizing for platform-specific signals. Shares on Instagram, meaningful discussions on LinkedIn, and authentic connection over viral reach. Now, if you're thinking, yeah, this makes sense, but I don't have time to track algorithm changes across 5 platforms and manually adapt my content strategy every month, that's exactly why we built our system, Upper Hand AI. And this is not ChatGPT, it's trained specifically on these platform changes, your unique voice, and what actually converts in your industry, and it's updated every 2 weeks as algorithms evolve. Now, I'm obsessed with efficiency, and I always think about how do I get this done in a couple of clicks, and that's what we actually rolled out this week to accommodate for these exact changes without you having to do anything. Look, these changes are happening whether you adapt or not. The only question is whether you're gonna get ahead of the curve or you're gonna watch your competitors dominate while you're still following outdated advice. The businesses winning in 2025 will be the ones who understand that authentic human connection and strategic storytelling trump production value every single time. And if you want to see exactly how we've systematized this entire approach, from tracking algorithm changes across platforms to creating platform optimized content that actually converts, to having one single content specialist handle everything for you, there's a link in the description down below.